Deep in the grand Norzelian mines lay a most unexpected discovery. Crystals of pure salt. Now in possession of knowledge that could alter the course of history in Norzelia, the members of House Wolford gather at Whiteholm Castle to discuss their next move.
Okay, if griefs could passions move. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Triangle Strategy. My name is Tom, otherwise known as Titanium Legman, and when last we left off, crazy things were happening.
Unexpected though it may be, the salt crystals are now ours.
We had to play
shall we
Bomberman with some S. Frosty in the mines, and we found giant salt crystals, and just things were going down, and we may or may not be seeing another invasion from S. Frost happen soon. Oh boy, all sorts of stuff is going on. But for now, our party needs to figure out what the heck we're doing with this information, so let's see what they decide on, shall we?
Carefully, for it has the potential to alter the balance of power across Norzelia. This is an opportunity to reshape the realm to our benefit. We must be strategic.
It's a target on our backs is what it is. There'll be no peace for us so long as we hold them.
Heisent will set upon us with a fury we've never known if they hear of this.
She's right. They will stop at nothing to defend their faith.
Nor will S. Frost go quiet tonight.
Yeah, we really... there are a lot of problems potentially coming from the other nations right now, let me tell you.
Then let us prepare for when word does spread, rather than fret over how long we can keep the
Sheila,
secret.
again, I have come around on so much, like, she has such a smart head on her shoulders, man. Like, she just has the most logical statements about everything. It's great.
Whether we protect the salt as ours, or find another way to use it, we must act soon.
What say you, Your Majesty?
We find ourselves at a crossroads. Not just as a kingdom, but an entire realm. Our decision will touch every life in Norzelia. I too wish to act quickly. But I beg you all for a moment alone with my thoughts.
Look at that. Roland taking a moment to think how he has grown.
Your caution is admirable, but ill-advised. Hesitation could
He just
cost
needs a
us
moment to
everything.
think, Benedict. Like, everything doesn't hinge on us making a decision in the next 30 minutes.
That much is obvious. Yet I cannot race headlong into the unknown when so much depends
Roland
upon us.
is really... Again, I've said this with all of the characters, really, but, like, Roland has developed so much.
Benedict, I find myself unmoored as well. I wish to hear from all present before we decide upon a course of action.
As you wish. Pray let it be swift.
Serenoa, answer me this. Can I count on you to walk the path with me?
Of course.
Whatever it may be.
I was named Lord of House Wolford long before I was inducted
Yeah,
into the Sacred
exactly.
Seven. And I've been your friend even longer still.
Say no more. Take the others to Castle Wolford and await my word. Likewise, inform me of any movements
Interesting.
from
Okay,
Heisent.
so he is planning to take a little bit more than just a moment. Fair enough.
As you wish. Until we meet again.
Alright, Benedict's concern is now slightly more understandable. But still, I mean, gotta let the king make the decisions that the king is gonna make. Oh, wow, alright. Feels like it has been a minute since we, like, really had the chance to breathe. We've got 2 character stories, we've got a bunch of events going on, jeez. Okay, well, before we do anything else, what are these character stories? While out training, Huette recalls a promise she made to Roland before the war began, and the former saint has only one regret left in his heart. Okay, interesting. Well, let's check these out. Why not? We're here. What's up, Huette?
At it again, eh? You know, even the Dawn Spear set down.
Yeah,
his
when are we
weapon
getting
on
the Dawn
occasion.
Spear? When is he showing back up? He has to show back up. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen.
We are at war. I cannot hope to end it by being idle.
Spoken like a true member of the Kingsguard. You lot were always too serious for my tastes.
We were not serious enough. Where is the king we were meant to protect now? What will become of his kingdom?
I mean, you do have a king now, but I take your point.
King Regna and Crown Prince Franny are no more. Only Roland and Cordelia remain. When I think of how lonely my charge must feel, I almost feel smothered by the guilt.
If he's lonely, he hides it well. Could be that losing his princely obligations has lifted a weight off his shoulders.
And who are you to speak on his feelings? His father ever doted on Franny. He knew precious few moments of his mother's love before she passed. Even so, he tried his utmost to never show weakness in front of his sister. He was there for her in the worst of times. There was never a place near the throne for him. Truth be told, Sir Maxwell was more of a father to him than anyone. I'd like to think I have been more than his guard. Oftentimes, I felt like his confidant.
Do you wish to be something even more than that, Hewitt? Because I'm starting to wonder if that's the case.
You and Flugy are constant companions.
As I said before, my prince, he is more than my companion. He is the truest friend I could ask for.
A true friend. I must admit, I envy your relationship.
My prince, I did not mean to.
'Tis nothing to apologize for. I simply find the idea of soaring the skies with a true friend to be somewhat romantic.
You could do the same with the proper training. If it pleases you, my prince, I would gladly teach
that'd
you.
be so cool if Roland could upgrade from horse to bird. A lance, like what, Hawk Rider? That would be really dope. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised we don't have something like that. Because like, we've got an archer, we've got a shield bearer. Maybe we'll get someone.
You would? Then I gladly accept. I trust you will
It might
go
be
easy
busted
on
if we
me.
had 3 flyers, though, to be fair.
I can promise no such thing. You must become as ferocious as a hawk yourself if you wish to ride one. War broke out soon after that. My promise to teach him is yet unfulfilled. So I will train, I will fight, until the skies are no longer clouded by the fires of war. Only then can I rest. Only then can we fly free.
I love Hewitt, man. Like, I'm a sucker for the loyal knight character. You know, I've loved Ingrid in Fire Emblem Three Houses. I love all of those types of characters. Like, male, female, whatever. Like, just someone who just has that dedication and loyalty and drive. It's so admirable, man.
Perhaps then, with the wind in our faces, we can forget our stations, our titles. If only just for one moment.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
What was that last part? You'll have to speak up.
Nothing. Nothing at all. Yes, it's back to training for me.
I mean, Eredor is much the same way. He's got more of the grizzled war veteran personality going on, but he still has that loyal, like, steadfast knight personality. It's just so good. So good, man. All right, Archbald. The former saint has only one regret left in his heart. And what might that regret be? I don't know.
Who in their right mind sends an old man on a scouting mission? Oh, goddess, take me. I can't.
Excuse me, Archbald. I believe, if I remember correctly, you volunteered with us, so like I wouldn't be flapping your gums, my guy.
Of course, I can't very well do so until the war is over.
What will you do once it is?
I can't say I have any plans in particular. But there is one regret I'd like to remedy. I'd like to find my first love. I still dream of her. Even all these years later.
Huh.
She was the general of the Frosty forces during the siege of the Citadel of the Sands. The turning point of the Salt Iron War, that was.
Is that not the fight that, like, we saw young Archbald in his, like, recruitment segment in that little flashback where all the soldiers got slaughtered by the Frosty forces? That siege of the Citadel of the Sands, she was the general of that force. That's... Also interesting, Esfrost seems to have a thing for female generals, huh? I mean, because now we have Laura and then this character. It's not 3 people, but still, 2's a pattern.
I never learned her name. We were enemies, yes, but it was clear from the battle we waged how much we had.
What an old soldier romantic Archibald is. I would not have expected that.
She caught a beautiful figure on the battlefield. Her every movement was majestic. More than anything, she was a fierce
God, he sounds like me talking about Avlora.
Truly, there is none in the world like her. I wonder what might have been had we met in a tavern instead of as enemies.
I see. I hope you can find her then.
As do I. As do I.
Well, looky here.
This poor brigand has no idea the wrath he's going to bring down on himself and his men by interrupting this tender moment.
Let's get them before they wise up.
There.
Got him!
He saw us? Well, we're too far away. Inhumanly possible. Monster!
Got bodied, that guy did.
How did you sense those bandits from such a distance?
Rats like that will never get the better of me. Until this war is over, I've only...
I love this guy, man. How can they send me on a scouting mission? Brigands! Boom, 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 boom! They'll never get the best of me. Like, damn, man.
I can see you mean that.
Damn.
Ah, that's it. I know what I'm going to do when we're done fighting. I'll travel the land till I find the Frosty general who caught my eye. It's strange, but I sense her presence wherever I go. Might be she's closer than I think.
Sure about that there, Chief.
If that's the case, I'd better do what I can to end this war, and fast. Time to work twice as hard for an early retirement.
I love Archibald so much, man. He is incredible. So great. So great. Cool. Very cool. Very cool. Okay, well, it looks like we've got 3 major discussions to have here, or little insights into the world, so I guess we may as well start in the bottom right and go from there. Word of the salt crystals within the Grand Norzelian mines reaches the Hierophant's palace. Oh, this should be good. This should be very, very good.
Milo has sent a dispatch
no,
from
Milo.
London. Deep within the Grand Norzelian mines lies... It would seem salt crystals were
Milo,
found
no,
within.
don't do this, man.
Impossible.
The discovery of salt outside the source explains Gustadolf's recent provocations.
How can you be so calm? The teachings tell us that salt is a blessing. bestowed only upon the goddess's followers. The discovery of these salt crystals is an existential threat.
Also, it was pointed out to me, the reason that Tenebre's voice is so familiar to me is because he's voiced by the voice actor who does Zhongli in Genshin Impact, who I've heard a lot of since I use him all the time. So, there you go. Suddenly it makes sense. Now I understand why I found that voice so familiar.
Salt crystals are salt too. We need only keep word of this discovery from spreading.
Of course. But how?
The Hierophant has spoken. Minister Heisent, you shall raise an army and seize the Grand Norzelian mines.
Here we go. Time for us to start fighting Heisent again. Ay, ay, ay.
The Hierophant asks us to invade Glenbrook?
Do you have another way to silence King Roland and his royal hounds in House Wolfort?
Minister Serenoa is one of us, and thus is honor bound to heed.
Eredor is really confident that we're gonna just give a shit about anything he tells us to do that goes against Roland and Glenbrook. Like, he's really, really confident of that.
But we know not if he will do so, or if he will cast his lot with his precious king. You shall ask him yourself when you surround Castle Wolfort.
Oh, we doing another siege of Castle Wolfort? You guys know how well that went for Evlora, right?
And if he resists?
You are free to deal with him, as we do with all who forsake the goddess.
You are really, really barking up the wrong tree here, Eredor. I promise you. This is not going to end well for you, buddy. Alright, well, unless anything else is cropped up. I'm always nervous that, like, I'm going to do one of these scenes and then there's going to be optional scenes somewhere that I don't notice, but I think it's fine. Twins Gate. Gustadolf gathers his troops at Twins Gate and rallies them by revealing that the Grand Norzelian mines and salt crystals have been taken from Esfrost. Yeah, like, Eredor is here, like, worrying about the news getting out from us. Meanwhile, like, the news is already out in Esfrost. You have to conquer everything if you want to keep word of this from getting out. Like, there's no point in attacking us. The deed is done. But, yeah. What are you gonna do?
I am gladdened to see each and every one of you, my ironclad brothers in arms, here at Twins Gate. I have asked you here to tell you of a most fortuitous discovery. We have found crystals of salt deep in the Grand Norzelia.
From the way they said it before, it sounded like he had already revealed this, but now he's revealing it currently. Okay.
Alas, Glenbrook has taken those very mines from us. What's worse, Glenbrook's esteemed House Wolfort is led by one of the saintly seven of Heisent. They will no doubt be informed of the salt crystals, and their precious religion will be shaken to its core. I trust you can all imagine how Heisent will respond to such an affront. They will not go quietly, but will instead seek the crystals for themselves, that their reign of terror may continue
yes,
unimpeded.
of course. We're acting in self-defense, says the tyrant.
Therefore, we must subdue Glenbrook and seize the mines for Esfrost if we are to counter
You already
this grave
subdued
threat.
Glenbrook once, and then you lost it. You're just gonna try and do it again with less forces? With your best general gun? Oh, you got a big fancy cannon. Ooh, I don't think it's gonna help you, buddy.
But we cannot stop there, for that will only draw Heisent to our gates. They will stop at nothing to conquer all of Norzelia in their name. The Duchy has never been in a more precarious position. But we will not yield. We subscribe to no faith, and we bend the knee for no king. We shall greet our enemies at Twins Gate with cold, hard steel. Our newest weapon, the Death Knell, is nearly complete. With it, we shall strike back at Heisent. The false goddess shall crumble beneath the sheer force of our iron will, and Heisent reduced to rubble along with her. Raise your swords, my black iron heroes. Your names shall be cast in iron when the histories of this day are written. You shall be known as the defenders of Esfrost!
All right. Interesting. How do you feel about this, Varog?
Oh, yes. The death knell will reduce many a falsehood to rubble, dear Gustadolf.
Sounds like my man Svarog has a plan. Is he gonna turn the death knell like on the capital or something? Maybe. I don't know. Interesting. Okay, last one. The changing of the times spares no one, not even the Norzelia Consortium. Or potentially not the last one, depending on how long this scene goes, if we have another one after this, which I'm assuming we will. Oh, this guy.
Have you heard the popular
God, I haven't seen
Lord
this guy in a long time, Lord Claris.
That Heisent intends to raise an army against Glenbrook? Yes, I am familiar.
Yeah, this is another one of those, like, Patriot, who's definitely a very trustworthy... Trustworthy? What's wrong with me? Trustworthy and, lovable smile. Very trustworthy.
So it's reached the Consortium, then. Is it true?
King Roland has only just reclaimed the Crown City with Heisent's help, not to mention restored relations with them. Ordinarily, such a thing would be unthinkable, but the rumors are so persistent that I think something may be afoot.
For example?
I wouldn't be so restless if I had an example to give.
Esfrost gathers its troops at Twinsgate. Might they have heard the rumors as well?
Perhaps. A battle for the very soul of Norzelia may loom on the horizon. But therein lies the opportunity for merchants like us. You can't wage war without a surfeit of supplies.
You're quite right about that.
And each shift in Norzelia's power balance opens new business opportunities.
Will the Consortium continue trading with Heisent?
'Tis difficult to say. I believe House Wolfort's actions from here on will be key to the Consortium's decision.
House Wolfort, you say?
Indeed. They've been involved in most every conflict between the three nations on this continent. Why stop now? I shall wait and see how Lord Serenoa responds first, lest I make any hasty decisions.
It's not exactly like the Consortium is a military organization anyway. I'm sure they could muster some forces, but, like, they're gonna play whatever the safest card is, for sure.
Heisent has learned of the salt crystals. Minister Exham of the Saintly Seven wastes no time in mustering his army, which now marches on the
Oh
grand
god, we're gonna fight
Norzelia
Exham. That's gonna be terrifying. He's gonna have like 800 health. A 9-square radius cleave with some sort of giant axe.
Elsewhere, Gustadolf amasses his own forces at Twinsgate in anticipation of the war to come. All eyes are on Glenbrook, where Roland and Serenoa's pronouncement could touch off a battle for the soul of Norzelia. After much deliberation, Roland makes his way to Castle Wolfford to inform Serenoa of the decision that now weighs heavy on his heart.
That doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound good at all. Well, we still have time in this episode. I guess let's see what's up. I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
I appreciate you coming all this way, Roland.
I was the one who asked for your time, so it is only natural I make the journey. I wish to tell you that I finally made up my mind.
And I would hear your decision if you were willing to share it with me.
I've long pondered over the one thing that Norzelia needs most. I thought back on the Salt Iron War. 30 years have passed, yet the root of our conflict remains the
salt
same.
and iron.
Each nation still thinks only of itself, wishing to fill its coffers even at the expense of others.
Right. He's gonna propose some sort of alliance? I don't know if anyone's gonna go for that at this point.
But who bears the brunt of such a war?
The people.
Exactly so. The avarice of the ruler is an existential threat to the loyal subjects.
And yet without that wealth, the people suffer just as much. They languish in poverty.
This much is obvious, but there can be no winner without a loser. Remove one, and you necessarily remove the other. If we achieve equality, we achieve peace.
True.
And how do you propose we achieve... No. No, surely you don't mean...
Yes. The goddess's teachings. All can live as equals under the goddess. An authority greater than any king.
What?
The model nation was in front of us all along, Serenoa. The holy state of Heisent.
Whoa, buddy. Whoa, 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 whoa. No, 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 no.
I have decided that we must give the salt crystals in the Grand Norzelian mines to Heisent.
And in so doing, you'll give them control of all Norzelia.
Exactly. There will be no more squabbling over salt. Norzelia will know eternal peace at last.
You're gonna give control of all Norzelia to the nation, the only nation that has enslaved an entire race of people in the name of maintaining power. Do you really think that they're going to be just? That they're going to be amicable? That they're trustworthy? No. No, absolutely not.
Unequal peace, surely. One built on the backs of a people like the Roselle.
Yeah, exactly. There's no equality. There is not equality in Heisent.
I am not blind to that fact. But so few will suffer for the good of so many.
Roland, no, buddy. Oh, no, 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 no. No, we can't, no. We cannot do a, like... We can't do a for the greater good argument here. We can't. That's not equality. You're arguing for equality by taking necessarily unequal action.
Nothing in this world
well,
is
then
perfect,
how are you going to
Serenoa.
try and espouse a... Oh, God.
The sacrifice of the few for the good of the many. It's the only clear answer, and one I would give every time I were asked.
Submitting to the goddess will
that's
rob
not
you
what
of
I'm
your
worried
kingship.
about here.
So be it. My crown. My pride. They are but small prices to pay for peace.
You are truly prepared to throw it all away.
Join me, Serenoa. Let us unite Norzelia under the Holy State.
No. I said we would, but no.
Roland, this is quite sudden.
I understand. Pray, take all the time you need. I expect Frederica will want nothing to do with this plan. Seeing as it forsakes her people.
Our personal relationships aren't exactly the most important thing here, but it is still something to consider.
I am already mourning the rift this may cause between you.
And yet you're willing to make that decision for me.
But I shall not be swayed. This will be my final act as Glenbrook's king.
Whoa. Wow.
King Roland's anguish plays plainly across his face. It pains me to see him so tortured.
I'm not surprised. The future of our kingdom, to say nothing of the entire continent, rests upon his shoulders.
Pray tell, what do you intend to do
Have
about
we
the soul
told
crystals?
Frederica what Roland's plan is?
In truth, I cannot decide. Salt is too precious to be hoarded. We've a duty to share it with the people, which is...
Where the difficulty lies, yes. The source makes that all too clear. Salt lies at the heart of every war in Norzelia.
Would that the boundless salted sea of Rosellan legend still existed. We'd have no need of conflict if there were a source of salt for all.
My love, if I may, the discovery of the salt crystals has made two things plain to me. The first is that my mother spoke true in the legend she passed on to me.
And the other is that the goddess's teachings are nothing more than a lie built to
True.
constrain your people.
Just so. We
True.
are guilty of nothing. Yet the Roselle languish in the source, where they are looked down upon and forced to work.
Not even just
until
forced
they
to work
die.
until they die, but struck down if they dare falter. Not even defy, just falter.
Entire generations lost. Countless lives given to Heisent's cruelty. Cruelty created to justify Heisent's own avarice
Exactly.
and lust for power.
Like, that, we cannot go through with Roland's plan. We just can't.
Such is the ugly lie at the heart of their teachings.
One revealed by a crystal of the mineral they hold so dear. The time has come, Serenoa. The Roselle must be freed. The salt crystals have brought us to the brink of war. We can harness this unrest, incite the Roselle to rise up and rebel against
I don't know
their
if
captors.
that's the way to go about it.
I am with you. Believe me, I am. But you make it sound so...
Simple. Yes, I know. But the suffering of my people is so distant.
The
to
suffering of
everyone
your
else.
people may very well only get worse if you try and foment some sort of rebellion from within. They're not prepared for that. Not against something so powerful as Heisent. They would have to be weakened first.
We can no longer wait for someone to do the right thing. Help isn't coming. Why else would my own mother incite rebellion? We are alone.
I swear to you, none of this feels distant to me. The Roselle live in my domain. I am betrothed to you, my dear. It couldn't feel any closer.
And I thank the stars that I have you by my side. I do. In truth, that's why I think this time will be different. Why I'll be able to accomplish what my mother could not.
I agree. But the risk is immense. Suppose we succeed, what then? Heisent will not let us go quietly.
Of course not.
Which, that said, Heisent is already attacking us, basically, so...
And when that time comes, you can lead the Roselle to Centralia, just as your mother wrote about in the book she left behind, beyond the Great Falls in the Folk's domain at the end of the Norzelia River, the ancestral home of the Roselle.
But that's just a legend.
We've already found one legend to be rooted in truth. Perhaps this one
It's
is
interesting,
as
because,
well.
like, yeah...
And if not,
I thought he was
you'll
done.
be safe
I
from harm.
didn't even read the second sentence. I guess we just don't really have the technology. Like, if they're the Great Falls, we probably just can't get down. Like, we don't know what's down there, you know?
I doubt Benedict will share our feelings, though. Abandoning all we've built to embark on a journey fraught with danger in search of a legend. Yet no matter how perilous the path ahead, I would happily walk it at your side.
I'm guessing we're talking to Benedict next. It seems like we're addressing the three leaders of these groups, yeah.
I trust you understand what a monumental effect the discovery of these salt crystals will have on
Okay,
Norzelia's
guys,
history.
I'm going to call this one here and then continue right into the next one, just because who knows how long this is going to go on at this point. We're probably going to have a voting phase after this. There's going to be all sorts of conflict and drama. Might have to fend off Heisent in the middle of all of it, so I'm going to call this here. When we come back, we're going to see what it is that Benedict has to say about all of this. and then see where this goes, because hell if I know at this point. So, guys, thank you all so much for watching. I do very much appreciate it. Let me know what you think of Roland and Frederica's plans and or wishes thus far, because, I mean, obviously we still have to hear Benedict out, but I don't know that I agree with either of those options just yet. They're rash and foolish in so many different ways, so let me know. But yeah, if you know someone that you think would enjoy this series or any of my other content, if you could shoot them a link, that'd just be swell. Until the next time, though, I hope you all have a good night. Stay safe and healthy out there. And remember, be good to each other. Bye now.